Being human is hard. No matter what we do, we'll all encounter our share of suffering. Though life will be joyous at times, it will also be painful. We'll experience losses, conflicts, illnesses, and life disruptions, and we won't be able to escape the inevitable pain that arises: sadness, anxiety, fear, shame, guilt, worries, difficult memories, thoughts that we are not good enough, and on and on. Yet our conversations about hard things and the difficult feelings that accompany them, whether those conversations are with others or in our own heads, typically involve minimizing, ignoring, or overcoming them. You just have to move on. You're taking things too personally. This will be good for you. God never gives you anything you can't handle. Suck it up and quit complaining. Look on the bright side. Ad infinitum. Have you noticed that these ways of coping rarely help? Or if they motivate you a little bit, they also make you feel defective, like you shouldn't take it so hard? If you're listening to this book, you're either 1. Looking for an alternative, or 2. Hoping to find a better way to push through. Either way, you're in the right place. We'd like to introduce or reintroduce you to acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT. ACT is a science-based model of behavior change and personal growth that starts from the assumption that life can be hard and that difficult thoughts and feelings will inevitably arise. ACT offers a new perspective and useful skills for encountering life differently and making space for what's beautiful, amazing, and precious along the way. Control is the problem, not the solution. ACT has a lot of moving parts, but you really only need to know one thing before we dive in. ACT draws on a piece of wisdom about thoughts and feelings that most of us know but that we often forget. If I asked you not to think of a white bear for the next 30 seconds, what do you think would happen? Almost everyone gets this right. They usually smile knowingly and say something like, "I would think about white bears." We all know this intuitively, and there's lots of science to support it. Yet the very first thing we do when something uncomfortable shows up inside of us, shame, a negative thought, or some version of "I'm not good enough," is to try to push it away. This is called thought suppression, and it's something we all do from time to time. Though it works sometimes, it doesn't work all the time. When it does work, that uncomfortable thought or feeling sometimes comes back, much stronger even. And when thought suppression becomes one of our primary ways to deal with difficult thoughts and feelings, it can create bigger problems. Just think of the last time you put something important off by pushing it out of your mind. Did that make the problem go away? Suppression is just one way that we try to exert control over our thoughts and feelings, to change them in some way when we don't want to deal with the discomfort they can cause us.